All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more guest I'd like to bring up. Rehmannia Dean, come on up here. I first met Rehmannia Dean this past year. Oh, we're gonna raffle off one of your little tea things. Yeah, just jump over here by the microphone. Here you go.
Oh God, do I have to use this thing?
Yeah, sorry, it's the only way anybody's gonna hear you. Let's just.
Oh man, oh man.
Here, I'll hold this. You pull the ticket
Oh,
out.
okay, okay. This is a reishi spirit potion of mine. Everybody knows reishi, right? Of course, so that's the immortal herb of spiritual immortality. And here I have it combined with a number of other herbs that amplify its power, because you are the light, right? And that's why we're all here. Okay, here we go. 819 328.
328. 328. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Whoa, 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 sorry. Sorry, dude, sorry.
It went right to his crown chakra.
Actually, it's a good shot to hit it.
I mean, that's fast, man.
All right, so here we are with Rehmannia Dean. Rehmannia Dean, who is an herbal elixir master on so many levels. I've learned so much from him just in the past. I don't know, I've known you for about 6 months now. I think I met you in May. And I heard, by reputation, a lot of amazing things about you. The question is, and the question I've been posing to all the experts, what are the longevity protocols, simple things that people could use and do right away at home in this room that you would suggest in the next 5 minutes? Tick, tick, tick.
So 7,000 years of Chinese history in 5 minutes. Okay, is that what you're saying?
basically. Just
No,
three protocols.
Yeah. Well, I'm so pleased to come into the raw food, living food. Let's call it living food, because we need to look at the diversity of our diet, of course. But we want it to have qi. We want the food to have qi in it. That's what the Chinese say, right? Qi is a life force. That's what qi means. Well, I'm so happy to be able to bring in herbs that I think enhance that. And tomorrow night I'm gonna do a longer talk on all this, so it's fine for now. Try and be brief if I can. But when you combine, I truly believe in my heart, and David and all these, you guys for allowing me to come in and say this. When you combine a living food diet with Taoist tonic herbal philosophy, and then integrate those teas into a living food diet, I believe, as long as you're educated on what you're doing. Say make sure you're getting your probiotics and your right fats, and understanding proteins, understanding starches and their molecular structure and all that. Then you combine tonic herbal formulas with that. It is in my opinion, it's the ultimate. I think we're just sitting at a precipice of what we're going to be seeing as far as a major ascension going on. And what the tonic herbs also have to do, and living food is a spiritual food. When we take living food, we become spiritual entities and we become interconnected. But the tonic herbs really enhance that aspect, spiritual health. And I don't think I'd be in it if it weren't for that. I like to support the physical body. I love to support the kidneys, youth, longevity, the reproductive hormones, get all that stuff in balance and help keep that in balance, in other words, and support qi, the spleen, move qi up to the extremities, warm the body, enhance metabolism of those living foods. But if it weren't for the spiritual part, I wouldn't be interested.
Okay, so just to simplify this for the person who maybe doesn't know what a tonic herb is or what anything that you're talking about means, what could they do? Like even somebody sitting at home, what could that person do immediately? What herb would you recommend? And pretty much universally to almost everybody that you meet as Westerners.
Well, I should have brought my big reishi mushroom up here, but tomorrow I will.
It's nice.
I carry that around with me, could just attach it to my forehead and it'd be great. Use it as an umbrella. It's a big herb. Reishi mushroom is my mantra herb. But I have my other favorites. There's like the unsung heroes, like white atractylodes is a great herb for spleen, qi, warming the middle jiao, helping build blood. What was your question again?
What do you?
Did I answer that?
You get a lot of people come to see you, a lot of clients, and there's probably a few things that you recommend more than anything else. That they're the simplest things that if they just go to the store, go to Chinatown, or they find stuff online, they buy it, they boil it up, they drink it. No matter who you give it to.
Yeah, well, that's actually a really good question to clarify. A tonic herb is consider that the tonic herbs. Okay, I hope it just cut me off if I go overboard here in time. But there are three criteria that define a tonic herb. One, it has to be, the Chinese consider them like a class of superfoods. So it's not like a medicine, it isn't like and so they're considered a superior class of herbs because they have a broad spectrum, multidimensional benefit on the body. They benefit more than one organ system. There's 5 organ systems in Chinese herbal ideology. A tonic herb has to benefit more than one. It has to have what's called multidirectional energy. It has to have a way of bringing the body into balance rather than and then the third criteria is that it must have no side effects associated with it. And so that's why I was Ron Teagarden's herbalist, and I am not a TCM practitioner like George, for instance. So our lineage is different. Our lineage,
TCM being
current Chinese like medicine. But our lineage, we focus on just a building up the adaptability. And then these are considered the superior class of herbs. There's about 70 herbs in this class. Now there's about 20,000 herbs in all Chinese herbal pharmacopoeia, but there's only 70 that are considered tonics. And these are a class of superfoods that we're bringing in for us. It's just another group of those major super tonics to bring in on kind of a daily, in your daily regimen to help us during this ascension.
Would you agree, that even the greatest kings of a few hundred years ago would never have access to these amazing elixirs at all?
Well, actually, a lot of these herbs were sequestered to only the elite. That's why we haven't heard about them. I'll try and elaborate a little on this tomorrow night, but this is a 7,000-year-old system, but it was kept only to the emperors, and the empresses were the only people who were allowed to have it. And so reishi, if you found a reishi in the woods, you had to give it to the imperial family or you'd be punished. Wow. And so we didn't hear about this until now. It's funny to come into the world now with all this technology and say, I got this secret I'm going to tell you about. When people do that, I'm usually like a little bit skeptical, but it's been kept secret all this time. And only with my teacher, Ron Teagarden, and Ted Kapchuk, and a couple other people who brought it out in the 1970s. Now, he was like a Copernicus of the 20th century to bring that out in the 1970s, but it's just now really flourishing, and I'm very excited.
No, that's fantastic. Well, we're really so happy to have you, and this man is a wealth of knowledge. So if you spend most of your time in between these sessions in your room or like kind of wandering around outside, you're wasting amazing opportunities. The brain power we have in that other room and at the tonic bar even is incredible, and take advantage of it. We're all here to assist you this weekend and to really, again, plant those seeds. Most of the realizations that I've had when it comes to my health and when it comes to vitality doesn't come from reading a book or even coming to an event. It comes to hanging out with people that are incredible and then telling me something that I'd never heard before just in passing. I'm like, that's amazing. And in fact, the thing you told me that blew my mind is that raw foodists need Chinese herbal tonics because they need the what? The warmth.
Well, it's a somewhat specific, but yeah, if a person has what we call a yin constitution, and if you're eating a lot of raw food, there can be some contraindications with like edema, moisture accumulation here. And then the tonic herbs, the qi herbs in particular, the spleen qi herbs are really good for getting under there and helping with that. Yeah, so that you don't accumulate damp. This is more of a common potential with women because women have more what we call a yin constitution.
And I remember you also mentioned that if you envision that your organs are like sponges, what happens if your sponge is wet all the time? It starts to get a really bad smell, right? So you want to wring it out and put it on the sink and let it dry out.
Yeah.
And we have to envision our organs the same way, but the only way we can really do that drying out process is through using these amazing herbs.
Qi is the flame on the candle. Qi is it's action. It's not a thing.
Yes.
It is the life force.
I know somebody was scratching your head. What is qi? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I don't want to because we can
go on for a long time here. But let me say real quick that when I've looked at the health of people eating living food, I found amazing spleen qi and all that. And so I have some insights in this. I think living food does enhance that qi. So that potential for dampness that the Chinese have traditionally warned about. I can see a slightly different angle on it when you get into really living food. Mm-hmm.
Dean, thank you so much.
All right.
This is amazing, and we're looking forward to your talk tomorrow. Thank you, Rehmannia Dean. Okay.